said, I don't know, I just know. I just know. They told us.
I think I killed my...
What do you mean by that? What happened?
I had a dream. And then...
What a horrific story. It is a tale that will frighteningly reveal the lowest levels of human depravity, leaving you stunned. How depression and sadness can make one do the unthinkable. Explore the depths of the human mind with us. We promise to reveal the most terrifying details that would shock and keep you mute. But before we go into this tragic story, let's go back to how it all started. This is SolvedFiles, where crime stories are being brought to your doorstep. What are you waiting for? Just hit the subscribe button for more fascinating and suspense-filled crime stories. Now let's get back into this story and uncover this mystery, the love life of Lauren and Matt. Lauren was born in Kentucky in 1988 and spent her childhood there with her parents and 2 sisters. Lauren's family was deeply religious and traditional, and they were all relatively close to one another. She was particularly close to her sister Beth and father Dale. Lauren and a boy named Matthew Phelps attended the same middle school. It's unclear whether the two were close friends, so it's more likely they were merely acquaintances. After Matthew transferred, the two lost contact during their high school years, and Lauren eventually relocated to Raleigh, North Carolina. Subsequently, when they were in their mid-20s, Matthew reconnected with Lauren on Instagram. They kept conversing and chatting on the phone as the days went by. After their first virtual reunion, the two started dating virtually for a few months because Lauren had moved away and Matthew was still in Kentucky. However, although Matthew and Lauren lived hundreds of miles away, their friendship developed rapidly. After spending time with Lauren in Raleigh, Matthew relocated there permanently. Except for Dale, most of Lauren's family supported the relationship, even as Lauren and Matt started to fall deeply in love. Even though he seems to find Matt repulsive, he controls his emotions because his daughter is content. Dale's distrust is ultimately validated. While having a game night at Lauren's parents' house one evening, Matthew tells Lauren's family members that he was in a failed marriage before meeting Lauren. Because Matthew was so young and had already been divorced, Lauren's parents were immediately confused and started to doubt his morality. Because Lauren was dating to achieve anything, her parents were primarily worried about her. Matt eventually makes an extensive proposal and asks Lauren to marry him. She was thrilled to hear and welcome this news. Having grown up in a Christian home and placed a high value on God, she appreciated that Matt also held similar beliefs. Their loved ones arranged an engagement party to announce that Lauren and Matt were engaged. Lauren looked incredible in a gorgeous white dress and was overjoyed. But things took an unexpected turn when Matt's mother showed up at the party, dressed all in white, seemingly in a slight to Lauren. Why was she dressed in the same outfit as the bride? Was she competing with Lauren, or did she just dislike Lauren for her son? Everyone could see Matt's mother was unhappy about her son's choice to wed Lauren. After the engagement party, Lauren couldn't contain her anger and frustration and went over to Matt to confront him about his mother's actions. But Matt waved her worries away, saying he'd spent his childhood with his grandparents, not his parents. Matt continued by saying he didn't have the finest relationship with his mother and didn't care what she thought. In 2016, Lauren and Matt decided to move to Raleigh, North Carolina, following their engagement. Despite moving, they kept to their Christian principles and continued to live by their faith. Matt was working for an in-home care provider in the interim. He was awarded Employee of the Month for his dedication and hard work. Lauren was so pleased with her husband's commitment and diligence. Lauren put in a lot of work, but her contributions were as significant. More so, working up to 4 jobs at a time was frequently necessary to finance their shared lives. In addition to her full-time position at a Fortune 500 firm, Lauren pursued side gigs, such as babysitting, to supplement her income. She also worked in the church nursery, watching the kids while their parents attended church. Lauren was also determined to succeed in all she pursued, and she had a side business selling candles. Her entrepreneurial spirit drove her to investigate new prospects. She was particularly drawn to starting her own company since it presented the possibility of financial independence and the chance to produce something significant every Tuesday evening. It was game night at Lauren's parents' place, an occasion they both looked forward to every week. Matt was always punctual and ready to spend time with Lauren's family, the life of a married couple. He did, however, appear to enjoy the chance to connect with them and form bonds with them. Lauren and Matt were married in Wake Forest, North Carolina, in November 2016 to remember their union. Their special day was full of happiness, humor, and a hint of their mutual love of nerdy things. Adding some geeky elements that Lauren and Matt liked was one of the sweetest touches that helped to create a memorable wedding. The groomsmen turned the wedding into a Star Wars-themed party by dressing in dapper suits and brandishing lightsabers at each other. After Matt and Lauren were married, their relationship began to show signs of strain. Matt felt uncomfortable with Lauren's tight friendship with a male church friend, which was one of the critical difficulties. Matt was worried that their connection was becoming too tight because he thought this friend had affection for Lauren. However, Lauren tried to reassure Matt that she was dedicated to her marriage and had no feelings for him. Matt's previous marriage experiences were the source of his trust issues. He disclosed that when she was away on a mission trip, his ex-wife had an affair. She told him she had never loved him and was leaving when she eventually returned home. Unfortunately, Matt struggled and was severely hurt for a long time as a result of the betrayal and desertion. Matt claimed that his previous marriage had a significant adverse effect on him and that he felt emotionally unstable for a long time. Matt appeared to be growing increasingly dissatisfied with his marriage to Lauren. His mood shifted from cheerful and satisfied to gloomier and more melancholy. He seemed trapped in a dark place and carried a lot of weight. At this time, Matt started to act less and less like a follower of his faith and stopped attending church with his wife. The ups and downs of Lauren's marriage. Nevertheless, Lauren's faith was essential and her decision was a huge blow. She saw her husband's reluctance to discuss this part of her life with her as a personal slight. Lauren could not help but observe that Matt ultimately seemed to dismiss all Lauren held dear. Their relationship was becoming increasingly empty as his admiration and affection diminished. Matt seemed uninterested, but Lauren yearned for a closer relationship based on similar values and interests. Lauren, who had worked many jobs to support them, became very annoyed when Matt acted sluggishly. It appears that Lauren became irritated with his habit of finding a job, working there for a few weeks, and then abruptly quitting. And also, Matt's careless spending of their money, which made it challenging for her to recover it, particularly irritated her. The friends and relatives of Lauren and Matt attempted to help him overcome his sadness, but their efforts were in vain. Matt would spend endless hours in front of the TV playing video games instead of asking for assistance or participating in worthwhile activities. This conduct strained their relationship and jeopardized Matt and Lauren's financial stability. Because of Matt's strange behavior, Lauren realized she needed help and decided to talk to her mother and sister about her current marital status. Lauren told them how tired she was from working 4 jobs and how depressing it was to come home after a hard day, to find the house in disarray with washing and food to cook. Lauren felt abandoned and overburdened since Matt prioritized spending their money and playing video games. Lauren remained dedicated to her marriage and was determined to make it work, despite their growing isolation and Matt's odd conduct. Her commitment to their union was clear. In her persistent choice to stick by Matt's side, despite their relationship's difficulties, she does not waver in her conviction that their marriage is worthwhile. Lauren and Matt's relationship was at its worst around their 4-month wedding anniversary. The fact that Matt was missing Tuesday night's game night at Lauren's family home was one notable alteration that caused concern. Since Lauren and her family perceived this choice as a purposeful slight to them, it both harmed them and appeared malicious. Lauren saw that things needed to change since she felt distant from Matt. Lauren had also attempted to express her sentiments and worries to Matt, but it appeared like he was uninterested or not listening. When she discovered their marriage was failing, she became worried because she didn't want to lose their love. One would think Lauren could settle things, but this was where things turned out for the worse and took a different turn. The couple's quarrels. Lauren decided to take Matt's offer, which was going on a road trip to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where his family resided, as she was desperate to keep her marriage to Matt together at the time and would stop at nothing to make it work. She believed that running away with Matt would help their tense relationship and possibly lead to a return to their previous state. But, however, a surprise awaited Lauren and Matt when they got to Bowling Green, Kentucky. She decided to travel with Matt's parents, her husband, and his family, but things didn't go as planned. Though they had arrived together, Matt's mother remained cold toward Lauren, and her feelings had not changed toward her. From that point on, Matt's mother acted coldly during the entire vacation, which led to tension among the group. Lauren was part of the family photo shoot that Matt's mother organized. Lauren was thrilled to be asked to participate in an acting class with her mother-in-law, and she thought that this would signal a change in their dynamic. Matt's mother texted Lauren a few days before the photo shoot to let her know everyone would wear blue. Lauren eagerly followed the directions and went shopping, purchasing a new blue dress for Matt and one for herself. She was excited to participate in the photo shoot and wear the selected clothing, but when they got to the agreed-upon spot, they saw everyone wearing white except Lauren and Matt. Lauren turned to Matt's mother for an explanation, feeling bewildered and disappointed. But rather than accepting her error, Matt's mother behaved angrily at Lauren. She started to act aggressively, giving the impression that Lauren had chosen to wear blue. Lauren, upset by the circumstances, clarified that she had complied with directions and purchased blue clothing as a result. However, Matt's mother escalated the situation further by becoming irrational and calling off the picture session. Lauren and Matt's relationship failed when they returned from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Matt began acting even more strangely as he spent more and more time by himself, writing in his notebooks. Lauren saw changes in her husband's mood and was concerned about his actions. After setting aside money for their future trip to Disney World, Lauren started to fear Matt was stealing from the couple's Disney funds. Her suspicions increased when she learned that Matt might have also taken money from her purse without her knowledge. When Lauren suspected Matt of stealing money from their vacation fund and pocketbook, she frequently contacted her mother and cried throughout this period. She once admitted to her mother that she didn't have any more money. She just had enough to pay the bills for 1 month. After learning this revelation, Lauren was scared and nervous since she knew she and Matt would face a significant financial obstacle. Lauren and Matt had saved $110,000 before they were married, less than a year before they began their lives together, which they thought would provide a stable base for their future. However, by the time they were married, Lauren and Matt were experiencing financial turmoil. Despite their initial confidence, they'd managed to spend through their savings rather quickly. Matt spent way too much, quickly depleting their funds. After a demanding workday, Lauren would text Matt one evening to discuss their dinner arrangements. During the talk, she also said a female coworker had previously visited them. Lauren was concerned about this woman's visit because of the peculiar situation in which her marriage to Matt was going. That a lady had approached her husband at their house made Lauren question if she should be concerned. The more she considered the reality of Matt's first marriage, the more uneasy she became. She decided to investigate this issue more thoroughly since she was curious and wanted to know the truth. Matt's first wife, Brooke Truitt, and he were college sweethearts when they first met. After 2 years of dating, Brooke accepted Matt's proposal and they married. But Brooke subsequently claimed that Matt had cheated on her early in their relationship and that Matt had told Brooke he had kissed another woman. Apparently, Brooke was hurt, but in the end, she forgave Matt. Before their marriage, Matt had cheated on Brooke a second time. Matt asked for her forgiveness then, and she eventually agreed to marry him. The relationship between Matt and Brooke soured rapidly after they were married. Subsequently, Brooke accused Matt of splurging on items they lacked funds for. She was working 40 hours a week to support them in the interim. The connection between Matt and Brooke suffered due to the ongoing stress in their marriage. They began to drift away emotionally and grew more aloof. Eventually, it was shockingly revealed that Matt and Brooke were divorcing. Lauren told her parents that she had discovered that Matt had strayed in his first marriage, not his ex-wife. Her family withheld the information from Matt out of betrayal and rage, fearing what Matt's protective father would do to him if they told him the truth. As a result, they said nothing at all. Lauren's dissatisfaction with her husband increased dramatically as their marriage crumbled. The revelation of yet another betrayal further damaged their already shaky trust. Lauren found that Matt had once again betrayed her confidence about their finances, just as she had begun to regain faith in their union. She became even more irate when she discovered on their most recent credit card statement that Matt had spent $11,200 on video games and an additional $1,100 on gift cards. She questioned Matt's commitment to their marriage. These impulsive purchases were made without Lauren's knowledge or consent. Even though Matt consistently betrayed her confidence, Lauren was devoted to doing everything within her power to keep her marriage intact. Divorce was not even an option for her because she was so focused on making it work. She then arranged an intervention with her mother and sister to confront Matt about his extravagant spending patterns. During the intervention, Lauren, her mother, and her sister wanted to help create a budget plan for him and Lauren. Matt had a good attitude and really wanted to solve his and Lauren's financial problems. Obviously, he was sincere about wanting to improve their marriage, or so we believed. The same woman Matt used to work with showed up at Lauren and Matt's front door on August 31st, 2017, taking Lauren by surprise since things had been going well between them. Matt told Lauren he was taking her out on a date and that she needed his help with something. Lauren started messaging and contacting Matt furiously since she was so angry with him for this decision, but Matt said nothing and didn't return her calls or texts. Lauren turned to her sister in her rage and let her anger out. She told her sister that she felt Matt was wrecking her life and that their relationship had ended. Just when we thought things would improve for the couple, things took an even more sinister turn. And Lauren also told Matt that she had decided to break up with him. The death call.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I think I killed my...
What do you mean by that? What happened?
I had a dream, and then I turn on the lights and she's dead on the floor.
How?
I have blood all over me, and there's a bloody knife on the bed, and I think I did it. I can't believe this.
When did you wake up to find this?
I don't even know what time it is.
Are you with the patient now?
Yeah, I can see her.
Okay. All right. How old is the patient? How old is your?
She's 29. She got breathing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Do you think she is beyond any help?
I don't know. I'm too scared to get too close to her.
Okay. Just stay on the phone with me, sir. I'm here with you. I'm
I'm so scared.
Boy, sir, where's the knife right now?
The knife's on the bed. I'm not next to it, so I don't have a weapon on me or anything like that. I took more medicine than I should have.
What medicine did you take?
I took course eating, cough and cold, because I know it can make you feel good, so a lot of times I can't sleep at night.
Can you see her from where you're at?
Yeah, it's so bad. There's so much blood.
Okay, you said officers are there?
No.
I'm gonna let you go.
A dispatcher received a 911 call in the early hours of September 1st, 2017, and Matt Phelps was on the other end of the line. Matt said, "I believe I killed my wife," to the operator. "She was dead on the floor when I turned on the lights after having a dream. There's blood all over me, a bloody knife on the bed, and she doesn't seem to be moving, so I assume I did it. Oh my God, I'm afraid this isn't what she deserved." As he spoke to the dispatcher, dread and worry made his mouth quiver. His voice was full of astonishment and shame, making him sound insecure. Matt gave the 911 dispatcher an explanation for why he thought he might have killed his wife. Matt claimed that he had taken a possible overdose of Coricidin cough and cold medication. Matt claimed that he took the Coricidin drug since he was aware that it would offer relief and improve his quality of sleep at night. An over-the-counter drug called Coricidin is frequently used to treat flu symptoms and common colds. However, it has a blend of decongestants, antihistamines, and analgesics that ease coughs, sore throats, and nasal congestion. But Coricidin has also been linked to several adverse effects, such as disorientation, drowsiness, and dizziness. When these effects are taken in larger doses or in combination with other drugs, they may become more noticeable. Moments after Matt dialed 911 to say he had allegedly killed his wife, The entire police department showed up at their residence. But how can cough syrup drive you to commit homicide? What did Lauren ever do to deserve this cruel act? When the police arrived, they saw Matt waiting on the front steps. They took him to jail right away to make sure he was safe. The police entered the home and found the main bedroom to be in a horrific state. Lauren was discovered dead on the bedroom floor in the fetal position. Blood was all over the carpet, walls, comforter, and bed in this graphic sight. The scene was quite unsettling, even for the police officers with the most experience. Lauren's motionless corpse and the copious amounts of blood created a horrifying image of a murder scene. When the investigators arrived, they immediately got to work gathering all of the evidence. They carefully reviewed every area of the house, looking for hints to shed light on what happened that evening. The detectives collected samples, took pictures, and gathered any tangible objects that seemed connected to the crime as part of their thorough documentation of the scene. The police had to make the painful choice to go to Lauren's family home and tell them that their cherished daughter had passed away while the crime scene detectives carried out their investigation at Matt and Lauren's house. When the officers knocked on Lauren's family door, her mother answered and inquired if Lauren was having any problems. The officer quickly responded, "Yes, there is." Lauren's mother persisted, wondering if her daughter was dead, her heart racing. "Yes," the officer responded once again. Overcome with passion, she ventured to pose the crucial query, "Did Matt murder Lauren?" The officer, confirming her suspicion with a heavy heart, said, "Yes, he did."
I turned around and I said, "Did Matt kill her?" And they asked me, "Why would you ask that?" I said, "I don't know, I just know. I just know." And they told us that he had killed her.
Lauren's sister awoke to her mother's piercing screams after learning that her daughter had been killed by her husband. She was so shocked and horrified that she ran down the stairs. When she got to the bottom, a policeman was waiting by the front door to confirm what she had been fearing all along. Her sister was dead. The police questioned Matt at the station about his role in his wife's death, but Matt ultimately decided to ask for legal representation, ending the interrogation. After Matt made this request, the police moved to have him tested for quercetin in the hospital so they could find out if he was using it when the murder was committed. After the blood test, Matt was taken to the county jail and taken into custody on charges of murder. The police thoroughly searched Matt's journals and computer devices following his arrest to see if they could uncover any further information that might suggest why he killed his wife. The shocking discovery. Investigators discovered an odd pattern in the weeks preceding Lauren's death while going over his internet history. Matthew had been reading up on quercetin and its effects when combined with alcohol. Authorities learned that Matt had a hidden Instagram account where they saw a lot of posts about deaths. The Devil and the well-known film American Psycho. These posts feature violent, anti-Christian imagery that appears to counter Matt's self-projected public persona. In public, he presented himself as an aspiring pastor. When Matt's toxicology report arrived, it showed that he had a trace amount of cold medicine in his system. It was not, however, at the hazardous concentration that would have resulted in hallucinations. This finding bolstered the claim that Matt was coherent and not under the influence of drugs. According to Lauren's autopsy report, Matt stabbed her while she was sleeping on her side when he entered the room. Matt stabbed Lauren once while she was on her side before rolling over and repeatedly stabbing her in the face. The post-mortem results also revealed that Lauren struggled to survive. Her arms had many wounds, indicating that she had made an effort to defend herself. Lauren was stabbed 123 times in all, the final judgment. Matthew Phelps entered a guilty plea to the first-degree murder of his wife, Lauren, on October 5, 2018. He received a life sentence without the chance of release. During his sentence hearing, Phelps spoke to his former in-laws, expressing regret and remorse for his actions. Matt called himself a monster and said his acts were stupid without logical explanation. He also accepted what he had done and expressed intense regret and humiliation. Lauren's mother testified in court that her daughter was stunning on the inside as well as the outside, and that Matthew James Phelps's acts permanently changed the family and society at large. How bitterness can push someone to do terrible things. It's still shocking as to why Matt killed his wife, but what do you think about this case? Let us know in the comments section below. Have you ever imagined how ignorance can push one into something dubious? Check out our previous video,